Good Thursday morning, everyone. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, almost cool morning in Sacramento. And for a change, it'll get hot, but it for a change, I don't have much to complain about as far as the weather is concerned here. Uh, but I know back in my old, for a while, adopted home state of Nebraska, I guess they're really getting pummeled with hail and everything. So I hope everybody in the Midwest is keeping safe. What I've got here is this is our truly our working copy. Look at all the things we got stuffed in there. Working copy of the Thoth Tarot. Um, this is probably a later edition. The first one that we had, um, yeah, this is a 1991 edition, but the first one we had, I believe, was uh, like 1974 edition, and it has since fallen apart and gone way by the wayside because we actually use it. We use it a lot. And it's one of those magic books that is not only a book about magic, it's a magic book. If you've read the Book of Thoth uh, once, uh, read it again, even if only 2 weeks pass. It will be a different book the next time you read it. And the time after that, it'll be a completely different book. Each time you read the Book of Thoth, or even pick up and reread parts of it, you'll swear that the words on the page, the printed words on the page, morph into different words. And a section that you think you've read before takes on an entirely new meaning. It's like reading the book reorganizes and adjusts your brain cells so that it's a different brain that's reading it the second and third and fourth and fifth time. Ask pretty much anybody that has studied the Book of Thoth, and they'll tell you basically the same thing. I'm going to read something to you today, or discuss something today that's in the appendices, and I don't know which one actually, but it's in the appendices of the Book of Thoth. It's not even in the Book of Thoth proper, but it's called the Vital Triads. Okay, now I'm going to hold this up here for a second to allow those of you that don't have a Book of Thoth to perhaps take a screenshot of these vital triads, and I'll try to tip it in such a way as you're seeing. Here's the vital triads. Okay, 3 gods of Iao, 3 goddesses, 3 Demiurgos, the children Horus and Hurparkrat, the Yoni, Godins, the woman justified. That's Constance's favorite. That's why she likes the Libra Justice card. The goddess justified. The slain gods, the lingam, the yoni, and the stele, or priest, priestess, and ceremony. And finally, it's not a triad, it's the icing on the cake. The pentacle of the whole is the universe card or the system. So just basically here, three gods of Iao, the Holy Ghost, the messenger, the secret seed. The three goddesses, the virgin, the wife, the mother. Three Demiurgos. Okay, the Demiurgos is the god that thinks it's God, but it's not God. But it's number 4 on the tree of life. Okay, Zeus, Jehovah, all the gods that look around and don't see any other gods, so they figure they must be God. Okay, then the children, Horus and Hurparkrat. Okay. And the Yoni Godins, the woman justified, the slain gods. Okay. And the Lingam, the Yoni, the Stele, the priest, priestess in ceremony, and the Pantacle of the whole. Okay. I'm just going to show you how that looks. Those are 7 triads. And it's just another way of looking at the story that the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet tell, the story of that the 22 trumps tell. Now we already talk until you're sick of hearing me talk about the 3 mother letters, the 7 double letters, and the 12 simple letters of the Hebrew alphabet that that creates the cube of space and all of that. But Crowley's looking at it from another angle, and for some reason he thought it was very, very significant, almost from an alchemical point of view. But I think also it may have been his inspiration, if you will, or the pattern that set the juices flowing within him about sevens. Okay, that's the Siglum Dei math there of the Enochian system. It's 7. 7 rest in 7, and the 7 live by 7, and the 7 govern the 7, and by 7 all government is. And then it sort of describes 7 sets of divine forces from the God names down into 7 layers of angels. I haven't really looked at it from that point of view, but whatever was going through Crowley's mind as he was throwing together the appendices for the Book of Thoth, he may have just grabbed an old notebook and said, "Hey, this should go in there." But let me find a deck of here they are. I'm going to first show you cards from the Book of Thoth and then from another deck. The 3 triads of God, Iao, Isis, Apophis, Osiris. Iao, it's a god of the Gnostics, and it declares a universal formula of creation, birth, destruction, and then resurrection. It's a pattern. Okay. Iao, Isis, Apophis, Osiris. Okay. The 3 gods, Iao, are the Holy Ghost, the messenger, and the seed. The Holy Ghost, the messenger, so the fool, the magus, and the secret seed, the hermit. Now, what are we talking about, the secret seed? Crowley often refers to the alchemical formula and powers of generation. That's why you think, oh, Crowley's being dirty and he's talking about sperm and stuff like. Well, in a way, he is. There is the seed or the creative force manifest. Okay, in the phallus, in like the devil card, the out there in your face phallus. Then there's the secret seed within. Okay, the almost invisible sperm. Okay, that's the Hermit card. So the Fool was the Holy Ghost. The Messenger was the Magus card. And the secret seed is the Hermit. And look at all of this waving sheaves of wheat. Okay, and they've got sort of an ancient symbol of a homunculus. Do you see the little baby in there? Little baby in a fetal position. We're seeing the top of his head there at the top. You see the skull sutures of a baby. They used to think that sperm cells had an actual little baby inside. That was sort of a primitive way of looking at it. Okay. But anyway, the secret seed. And that secret seed's getting itself fertilized by the gaze of that hermit. Okay, but that's another story. So those are the three gods, E-A-O. Okay. Okay. The three goddesses. Doesn't give any initials or anything, just the three goddesses. The high priestess is the virgin. The empress is the wife. And the mother is the star. So there's our three goddesses. Virgin, wife, mother. Okay, the three Demiurgos. Now, if I was making up triads, that might not have been the category that would have occurred to me, but I'm not Crowley, and I never will be. Okay, the three Demiurgos. Now, this one's obvious as a Demiurgos because it's Jupiter, or the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the level of existence that is associated with the Demiurgos is the same thing that is in the represented or encapsulated in the essence of what the Tree of Life Sephirah Hesed is, number 4 on the Tree of Life. It's associated with the planetary sphere of Jupiter itself. But it literally is the first highest Sephirah below the abyss. Above this is a triangular world. You can actually see the triangle in the background there. Above this is the supernal triad, which is non-dimensional, okay, or supra or ultra dimensional. It's, in a sense, it's all potentiality and no expressed reality. Okay, number 4 is where it breaks into a dimension. Okay. From our point of view, it's creation itself, but from the supernal triad's point of view, it's a real drugged up downer. Okay. You're falling into a lower frequency dream, in other words. But number 4 looks around and says, I don't see anybody else up here, so I must be God. Okay. That's why Jehovah's got a 4-letter name and all of it. Okay. But I digress. Okay. The 3 Demiurgos, the All-Father, 3 in 1. And see the 3 in 1 in the characters that turn the wheel? Feeling, thought, and ecstasy are but the cerements of me, thrown off like planets from the sun. Ye are but satellites of the one. But should your revolution stop, ye would inevitably drop headlong into the center soul, and all the parts become the whole. But I digress. 3 Demiurgos, the All-Father, 3 in 1. The Ruler, we could have figured that one out. And the Son. Yeah, the Son. In a sense, that's the Father. Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. That's the Son, the Vav, the Hierophant. Okay. Next triad, it's our 4th triad, the children, Horus and Hur-Parkrat. So here's the twins emerging. The twins emerging. Gemini, or the lovers. Then the sun. There's the kids playing again. The sun playing. Crowley says playing. And this is an odd one. The crowned and conquering child emerging from the womb. Now, on many tarot decks, we see 2 falling figures falling from the tower. Frida Harris has them in a very, very cubisty, abstract way. But they're there. And they're usually part of the classic image of the tower card, the blasted tower. So we've got, once again, the children Horus and Hur-Parkrat, the twins emerging, the sun playing, and the crowned and conquering child emerging from the womb in, and Crowley says, ALP. Now, ALP is how you spell olive. But also it's ALP, all caps with a little space in between the letters. ALP. So that would be the Fool, Libra, Justice, and Pay. He doesn't talk anymore about exactly why he's saying this. And to tell you the truth, your guess is as good as mine, or your speculation is as good as mine. The next triad is the Yoni, Gaudens, Gaudens, the woman justified. It's in parentheses, the woman justified. The three cards in that are the Grail, the Chariot of Life, okay, the Pregnant Womb, Preserving Life. See that egg in the background? She's preserving the life of that egg while she's keeping it nice and warm in the gentle heat that she's creating by an admixture of fire and water, activating and stimulating the what used to be a white eagle and a red lion. She's stimulating those opposites until in their stinging ecstasy they turn into their opposites. Better than that. In doing so, they neutralize their opposites. So that's the pregnant womb, preserving life. And I like this because it's the sexually joined. He calls this justice card or adjustment card the sexually joined. Now we certainly see this is the woman that gets satisfied, okay? Justice satisfies. As Constance always points out, justice isn't revenge. Justice is when everyone finally wins. Okay. The only way you do that is when you realize there aren't two sides to anything. I've said too much. The gods are withdrawing their light. Not until I'm through. Okay. After that comes the triad of the slain gods. And this one says 156 plus 666. 156 is Babylon, 666 is the beast. Of course, that's the 156 and 666, the lust card. And these are all under the category of the slain gods. This one makes sense. The Redeemer in the waters. Hangman, of course, is the water. The Redeemer in the water. And the third one of the triad is the redeeming belly, which kills 15. Now that's 15. Okay, we haven't gotten to him yet. That's the devil. But this one says, the redeeming belly, death, which kills 15. Now this is the Hebrew letter Nun. Nun means fish, but the dynamics of Nun is putrefaction. Okay, if it's a redeeming belly, look at a compost pile that you got in your backyard. Okay, if you properly maintained, all of this decaying organic material, you think it's dead because, one phase of life has left it or been exhausted, but it's not dead. Okay, that it's decomposing, and in that decomposing, it releases heat. Okay, and that heat is like the gestating belly, womb of a new creation to be. The redeeming belly which kills this. Now, I'm not quite sure because we're going to talk about this in the next triad, but kills 15. Okay. The next triad is the lingam, the yoni, and the stele. And then in parentheses it says priest, priestess, ceremony. 15, erect and glad. Now, for can you see the erect and glad there? Okay, we've got such a happy-looking, smiling goat. It's a Himalayan goat, but he's erect and proud. Okay, the second part of that triad is the witch. Now, I don't think Crowley was thinking in terms of the nature-loving, natural, environmentally conscious movement today that we associate with witchcraft. Okay, I think he's using the term in the crone madness that was projected upon non-Christian, truly malicious, crazy old women. Okay, that had probably gone understandably crazy the way women have always been treated. Okay, my own grandmother, I would put my own great grandmother, excuse me, on my father's side, I could probably put under that category of she just went maliciously mad. But it's madness. Okay. The witch, Yoni stagnant and waiting. Okay. And the third aspect of that is God and man as twins from Nuit and Hadit. And this is so perfectly illustrated in that. Can you see the Hurpar Krat as a large figure in the center, completely transparent, and inside is Rahur Kuit, his wild and crazy, vengeful. Okay, God and man as twins from Nuit and Hadit. And then finally, the system, the whole system. Okay, Crowley doesn't leave a commentary on these. At least he doesn't do it specifically referring to these triads. You could say his entire body of work could be a commentary on it. I was curious as to when looking at it from this point of view, looking at the tarot trumps from this point of view, what our own tarot of ceremonial magic would have looked like. So I'm going to briefly go through that and then call it a day. The three gods, Iao, the Holy Ghost, the messenger, and the secret seed. The three goddesses, the Virgin, the wife, that really is my wife, and the mother. The three Demiurgos, the All-Father, the ruler, and the Son. The children Horus and Hurparkrat, the twins emerging, the Son playing, the crowned and conquering child emerging from the womb as in ALP, I think I find this interesting, the prison of the Qliphoth is a tower too. And there's the mercurial genie. Okay. The Yoni, the woman, oh, excuse me. Yeah. The Yoni, or the woman gratified. The Grail, the chariot of life. There's the Grail. The pregnant womb, preserving life. That's pretty abstract, but it's alchemical. Same thing I sort of discussed a minute ago. And the sexually joined. The slain gods, 156 plus 666. There we go. The Redeemer in the waters. These are the slain gods. And the redeeming belly, which kills 15. And the last triad is the lingam, the yoni, the stele, priest, priestess, and ceremony. So this would be priest, the lingam. This would be priestess, the yoni, the witch, stagnant and waiting, and the ceremony, the stele. God and man as twins from Nuit and Hadit. And then finally, the system. Okay, that's just a brief little look at a very interesting, provocative appendices or appendix to the Book of Thoth as viewed through the lens of tarot cards. That should be it for today. It's a beautiful day, and Constance and I are going to get out in it for a little while. So until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will. And like I posted today on Facebook, just decide to be happy today. And if you can't be happy all day, decide to be happy for half a day. And if you can't do it for half a day, try to do it just for 10 minutes. Decide to be happy. What could it hurt? See you tomorrow.